Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Houston Texans at the New York Giants. And this Week 3 matchup will be happening on September 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that on your local CBS affiliates. So you got the Texans going into New York to face the Giants. The Texans are 2-0 because they're off to a strong start here in 2014, and the Giants are 0-2. And this is actually the exact same record that these two teams had at this point last year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this game and what happens moving forward. The Texans have looked impressive so far as they beat up on Washington in Week 1, 17-6, and then they beat Oakland in Oakland 30-14 in Week 2. Of course, both of those teams are not really high levels of competition, so we haven't actually seen the Texans go against one of the better teams. Of course, every team is more than capable. Every player in the league is top players in the world. But that being said, we still won't really see the Texans face a tough team until Week 4 when they go against Buffalo. And then, even Week 6 they got Indianapolis, and then further down the road Week 9 against Philly. But right here they're going into New York, and I fully expect them to win this game. Of course, it is in New York, so that's the slight thing in the Giants' favor, but I don't know how far that really goes because the way they are playing, they're one of the worst teams in the league right now. Is Eli is throwing more interceptions than touchdowns so far in this young season. He's thrown 4 interceptions versus just 3 touchdowns, and they're just struggling. Victor Cruz has been doing nothing. He's only got 84 yards in 2 games. They're looking to see when's Victor Cruz gonna actually show up to play, when's gonna have a game. Their defense is struggling as well. They're not really able to stop anybody. They let up 35 points in Week 1 to Detroit, then they let up 25 points to Arizona, and that was without Carson Palmer. So, that was a true stand, So, they haven't shown that they're able to stop anybody. In Houston, they got a strong running game. Arian Foster, one of the best backs in the league, even though he's getting up there a little bit, he's still running strong. And they've got a couple of the guys there too that they can hand the ball off to, but he is really carrying the bulk of the load, and he is really definitely their feature back and their quality back that they have on the team. They've got a good line though, blocking for him. And Fitzpatrick, I think Fitzpatrick's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league right now. He's actually, he takes care of the ball. He's very smart. He's intelligent. He might not be necessarily the most athletic, but he got an arm. The guy can, air it out, and he can fit it in the tight places. Like I say, he doesn't make mistakes. He's actually has not made 1 turnover so far this season. Of course, don't want to jinx him there. I'm saying 3 turnovers, or 3 touchdowns to no interceptions, whereas 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions for Eli. So you see, a team like Houston, they can run the ball, they take care of the ball, and they got a strong defense, of course, led by J.J. Watt, who's one of, if not the best defensive player in the league. They've also got a strong linebacking core led by Brian Cushing, as well as a really good secondary. Jonathan Joseph leads the team in tackles. The guy is incredible. That secondary's good. They're good all around, up and down on that defense at every position. There really ain't a weak spot, Of course, it'd be nice if they had Jadeveon Clowney. He went down, but even without Clowney, there's still a strong defense, even regardless. I know that last year they only won 2 games, but you could see that they were competitive. It was just that they needed a new coach, and they also needed somebody else behind center. So they got a guy who actually, I know nobody's really giving Ryan Fitzpatrick much credit, and people don't really give the Texans so much of a chance because of him, but really they're overlooking his talent, and they're overlooking how good this running game and this defense is. And I fully expect the Houston Texans to win the AFC South. And of of course, this game right here, although it's not in the division, it's not even in the conference, but it's a road game. And road games, I'll tell you, people win their home games. Most teams, any good team's going to win their home games. They're going to win the vast majority of their home games. Even teams that are okay usually win their home games. The thing that makes a team great is when they win on the road. So winning road games goes a long way towards getting into the playoffs. It goes a long way towards separating you from the rest. So even though it's just the Giants, and the Giants are one of the worst teams in the league, and I give them really no chance, even though Eli has been known to, in moments where it was seemed impossible that he could win, to somehow do something crazy that didn't seem to defy the laws of physics even. So I mean, you can never fully 100% count out the Giants because there's always that like magic factor. Like Eli, I don't know what he does if he like channels Houdini or something, but really in the realms of reality where they're playing the game, the Texans are going to dominate the Giants, and really I don't see the Giants having much of any chance of winning this game. I expect the Texans to win this one by double digits. I mean, maybe it might be single digits because it's in New York, but either way, the Texans win this one easy, and Aaron Foster should get into the end zone, put up 100 plus yards. Johnson, I expect to have a big game. I think Fitzpatrick has a big game too. The defense causes some turnovers. The defense probably ends up in the end zone even. Don't even be surprised to see J.J. Watt maybe get a safety against Eli. These are the things I think are going to happen. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the comments below. I'm very interested to hear your opinion. Thank you very much for listening. I do appreciate it. And I hope you did enjoy the show, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button. You can also subscribe as we bring you Upon Further Review every single weekend. We have the Thursday night Upon Further Review in our prediction show, The Wedge, which we try to get up no later than Wednesday. Sometimes it'll be up by Tuesday, definitely by Wednesday. And then throughout the weekend leading up until Sunday, we will have Upon Further Reviews for every single game. And we usually put up the Upon Further Review for the Monday night game on Monday morning. So if you are interested in that, subscribe so you don't miss it. Once again, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you did enjoy the show.